Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fourth Presbyterian Church of Chicago. My name is Christopher Norton. I am the Music Department Coordinator here at Fourth, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to our sanctuary today, and those of you online also to our sanctuary today for our Noonday concert series today featuring Laura Baumgartner and Heidi Jostin. Just before we get started, if you'll bear with me, I have a couple of very brief announcements. First and foremost, I want to thank the Musicians Club of Women, our co-sponsor for today's concert. What a tremendous organization. I say it the first Friday of every month, but we really do mean it. Not just incredibly organized, but fun to work with, and they send us such tremendously talented musicians, so a big thank you to the MCW for co-sponsoring today's concert. I would invite you all to look at the back of today's program and some of our upcoming concerts. Next Friday, we have organist David Shalat here, and the week after that, trumpeter Mike Brozick will be joining us before our very own organist and director of music John Shear caps off the month. Plenty of upcoming concerts. We hope to see you back for all of those. We are very grateful for any contributions into the offering plate at the back or the side of the sanctuary today, all of the contributions of which go back into supporting this concert series. And I would ask you all to please remain masked for the duration of the concert, just so that we can be good stewards and good neighbors to our fellow audience members. Finally, I've been asked by the artist to ask you to silence your cell phones, but please leave them on. There's a QR code to scan for the lyrics for today's songs. Thank you to them for saving paper, and thank you to all of you for silencing your cell phones. That is it in the way of announcements. You have done well to brave me, and I'm going to get out of here so that we can make way for some music. So please give a very warm round of applause for Laura Baumgartner, Heidi Jostin, and the composer of today's first number, Michelle Isaac. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here today. I just wanted to talk about the recital just a little bit and how it came to be. So Heidi and Michelle and I got together and decided that we wanted to write and perform a recital about sort of how we were feeling the past 2 years. And there were a lot of feelings. And so that's sort of how this recital came to be. And I hope you really enjoy and you also feel all the feelings as I'm singing and Heidi's playing today. And I want to introduce Michelle Isaac, who is the composer of the first set of pieces, so she can talk a little bit about how these came to be.
Thanks, Laura. So as I was searching for text that sort of tried to capture how I was feeling, I came across these poems by Emma Lazarus, who most of us know from the poem at the base of the Statue of Liberty. And she wrote this 16-poem set called Epics, and within it there were some, they described the stages of life that one might go through. And within it there were these 3 poems specifically, Surprise, Patience, and Hope, that just jumped out to me like it could have been written during the pandemic. So the first one really captures the surprise and the shock and the anger and the feeling that we don't have much control over this, that I'm sure a lot of us felt towards the beginning and at stages throughout the pandemic. Patience really hits on maybe this feeling of emptiness, coming to accept being in lockdown, not getting to see loved ones. And then hope really touches on these glimpses of hope that we feel that we aren't quite confident in because we're not really sure how things are going to look, but we still hold on to that hope when we do feel it. So thank you so much.
So the next set of pieces is by Libby Larson, and it is from the song cycle, Sonnets from the Portuguese. And this whole cycle, the story is of a woman who starts out thinking the best thing in the world is to get married, become a wife, have children, and live the lifestyle that everyone around her has told her that she should live. And as time goes on, she loves being a mother, but isn't quite sure if that is enough. So these are just a few selections from that cycle.
Paper, mute and white. There we go. Thank you all so much for coming. What a great, beautiful day to be able to come out and make some music. We're just so grateful you're here. My name is Heidi Jostin. The next 4 on the set are new pieces of mine. So excited to be able to collaborate with Laura on this. Obviously, this is a concert about feelings, especially feelings during the pandemic. And my choices for text don't follow a particular journey because grief is not linear, healing is not linear, and as we are processing through emotions, sometimes we process them alone, sometimes we process them with people, sometimes we process them through humor. And so this first one on the program is Solitude, a text by Ella Wheeler Wilcox, which I've always seen the first line of it printed on like boards you can hang up in your home in the same like live, laugh, love font. But the rest of it never shows up, which is just how dichotomous processing emotions can be. Like, humans tend to enjoy processing exciting things with other people, but we find that the hard emotions, we just aren't always equipped to do those with other people. You know, laugh and the world laughs with you, grief and weep and you grieve alone, is like the first, that's the entire text of all of this. I love humor. I tend to work in a lot of the comedy scenes here in Chicago, and I believe that classical music is a great place that we should still have humor. We love going to see things like Così fan tutte and laughing, but like contemporary works, I believe that there's humor involved. And one thing I found very ironic about this pandemic was, especially at the beginning, people dismissing it to be like the flu. And so I started to research the 1918 pandemic and found an anonymous text that reminded me a lot of Sick by Shel Silverstein, which is like, I'm gonna throw everything at you and just tell you that I'm sick. Well, this is the same thing. You've got all these ails that clearly aren't the flu, but somebody's saying that it's the flu. So that's meant to be a rompin' good time, kind of making dark humor out of everything that we've dealt with over the past couple years. The third piece on the program is reminded me a lot of like when we first had to go into lockdown. Like, a lot of us that were performers lost a lot of work like immediately, and when we were used to being out of our homes, we had to now get used to staying home and finding the rest of being able to stay home. And so this particular text, the more I did research on it, the more I realized a lot of composers were setting it during the pandemic. So it's song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, which also is Stay, Stay at Home, My Heart. And then the very last number is just the thing that we cling to during all of this, which is hope. Hope on we're going to be able to get through this. Case in point, we're giving a recital this afternoon, and this was not necessarily, like, this wouldn't have been possible 2 years ago, adding a few weeks. So we're just really grateful to be here, and yeah, hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for coming.